Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Sunless Sea. We are at Abbey Rock, as you can see, so I went here, discovered a little bit more of the map on the way, because obviously we have plenty of fuel to spare. Not really, but, you know. There's actually a thing, and I was going underwater just to see if there was anything particularly interesting, and, well, just very nearby, underwater, there is something that looks like a pretty large shipwreck, actually. Looks like that unfortunate Khanate vessel, just a bigger version of the one that we killed the other day. So yeah, hopefully that's gonna still be there when I dive again. I wanted to do that on camera, of course. But yeah, I made it to Abbey Rock without any further incidents. So... okay, the sisters need provisions for the Feast of Saint Neot. Yeah, strange catches. Don't we all need those? Trade supplies, compile a port report, knock at the iron-studded gates, watch the convent. Ooh, you know what? That is the event that can produce a strange catch for me. According to the wiki, that is. Ask the sisters to arrange the adventurous' death? Oh. She wants to die gloriously. They look like the kind of people who can help. I mean, this is a weird one, right? I mean, she's not bad. She gives me... I suppose, I mean, 6 iron, 3 veils is not, like, super absolutely amazing. She doesn't give any sort of, you know, unique bonus. But she does give a better bonus, or more, you know, better for me at least, than the other option that we have. The only other option we have for now. So I would like to keep her, plus it feels, you know, even though she's not human, I suppose, she's from this technically immortal people, and she wants to die, and it's, you know, obviously she doesn't have a problem with that. She doesn't want to stay alive. So, you know, it's not a moral problem helping her die, basically. But it still feels kind of weird. Plus, we're gonna be losing an officer, right? So, am I gonna get something out of this? Out of helping her? I mean, it's not much of a quest line, right? I pick her up, I helped fight off that one assassination attempt. Which is kind of weird, right? I mean, okay. She wants to die, but she wants to die well. She wants to die in a proper way. Of course, just dying is easy enough, right? She could just hop overboard and that's that. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like just delivering her here, for example, and then she's dead and that's that. It seems a bit anticlimactic. It seems like there should be more to it, especially compared to some of these other extremely involved officer questlines, but who says that they're all necessarily of similar length and complexity? Maybe I could just end it here. But maybe there could be more, right? Maybe there is more that I could be doing with her. That's what I'm wondering. Anyway, what else can we do here? Trade supplies, 20 echoes for 1 unit of supplies. No. Not a good price, no, really. Compile a port report. I mean, I suppose I might as well knock at the iron-studded gates. Oh, with no recent news. So that's unlikely to produce something useful. We have the port report, though, for what it's worth. Okay, I will... Actually, I saved here just as before I started the episode, so... I guess I might as well watch the convent and see how that goes. Dangerous training. Like huge and deadly herons, the sisters stalk along the very tops of the walls. You watch through a spyglass as they leap and whirl, slashing at each other with a variety of frightening weapons. God, one of them just turned a somersault. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I saw at some point. So I guess that's the common outcome for this, but apparently there's a rare possibility, a rare outcome that will give me a strange catch. So both because I want that and I want to see the other event, I'm gonna just keep reloading a couple of times and hopefully I'll get it. before too long. Okay, this is not what I was intending to do, but the moment I reloaded, Mr. Sachs popped up like this. I mean, I was meaning to check him out anyway, but I don't know why this popped up automatically. I guess I could just say no. That's just weird. I didn't click on this. It just happened. Unless somehow... Sometimes I think the game seems to register a click on... When I click on a loading screen or during a loading screen, it will sometimes register a click on whatever is in that place the moment the game is loaded. So maybe that's just what happened. Maybe I clicked on, you know, load the save game and... Anyway, I guess we might as well do this, I suppose. The beast stirs in the hole. Your final assignment awaits. Might as well, right? Although I wonder if I could stretch the timer a little bit if I accept this only once we reach London. Anyway, what is this? A life that was never lived. Mr. Sachs is staring at a small wooden box as you enter the hold. Inside, wrapped in a few pitiful scraps of velvet, is a lock of blonde hair and a set of teeth, carefully polished, barely used. The winter was harsh. The fire went cold. Later, the mother wished to forget. Convenient tragedy. Deliver this to Abbot Horizon in the north. Well, I mean, I was planning to go there anyway, so that's convenient. The third and final delivery, right? It said the final assignment. Yeah, you know what? Just to buy myself as much time as possible, I think I'm not gonna click on this. I think the reason this popped up was just a coincidence. Well, okay, that didn't take too long, thankfully, like 3 or 4 reloads. Exotic refuse. The convent is silent. A few lights prick its bulk. Bells sound the times of prayer. The times of prayer. You're almost ready to give up when a side door opens. 4 nuns march out carrying something wrapped in a blanket and fling it into the sea. You creep down to examine it. Well, it was likely unidentifiable even before the nuns used it for weapons practice. Now it leaks fluid from a dozen puncture wounds. But it still smells of the sea. Strange catch, indeed. Okay. Well, that's what I wanted, so that's nice. It's very convenient, actually. Let's talk to her. We should have everything. Yep. Commission a set of fine clothes. Sure. Boost to hearts. We'll see how that works. If it's just literally a passive hearts increase. Appropriate for any occasion. The modiste's hands grip the creature's gelatinous mass, squeezing out every drop of ink into a waiting bowl. Okay, so luckily that was a thing that had ink in it. It is not merely black, the classic black of style and class, but the deep pelargin that is blackness beyond the reach of light. This will be an outfit the envy of any in London society, once the fish smell has faded. Should it be cufflinks or earrings? The modiste inquires, toying with the scintillate in the light. Oh, I know. Choosing is such sweet torture, is it not? Okay. Gained 5 times learning about the merciless modiste. Gained 1 hearts. Lost the materials. Alright. Fair enough. We can't keep having her... Can have her keep making outfits for us. Huh. Okay. Inquire about her time with the set. Again. Underwater Renegades. Of course you've heard of us. That's just what we saw before. Okay. So that's a bit disappointing. I was really hoping for something more, I don't know, more impactful. I mean, 1 point of hearts is nice, I suppose. Although it did cost us quite dearly. So yeah, as far as attribute increases go, this is definitely one of the... Well, this is by far the most expensive, I think. This one you can even only get a single time, because you only have 1 comatose ferret. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe something will happen once you have her made 1 of each, or... I mean, it did raise the getting to know her quality, but... There's nothing here keeping track of that or requiring a certain amount, so I don't know. Well, we'll see. If I can get my hands on some Stygian ivory, if I see some for sale somewhere, I guess I'll maybe pick it up. Parabola linen can just be bought in London, even if it's not particularly cheap. And I guess I'll hold on to 2 caskets of sapphires, just in case. and then we might be able to get this as well. Protective armor sounds good. And maybe then, with another 5 favor, something else will unlock. Who knows? For now, I suppose we experienced that, for what it's worth. Let's see. Alright, the port report, yes. Because I hadn't saved after that. Knock out the iron studded gates. I mean, this is definitely not going to do anything useful. I mean, this is a quest, right? And if this is a way to solve it, maybe? Arrange the adventurer's death. I mean, they seem to like fighting, right? Combat training with deadly weapons. So, I guess the idea is that that they arrange for a training session with the adventuress, which will eventually lead to her death because she's going to be just outnumbered. Is that a good death? I don't know. I guess I'll try. So why not? This seems a little bit doubtful because this is so close to London, right? I feel like if there are differently, if there are different outcomes, different possibilities to solve this quest, different options, whatever, for solving this quest with different rewards at the end. It would make more sense for the best rewards to be available further away from London, but I don't know. Maybe not necessarily. Let's give this a try. We won't fight you. Not to the death. That's not really us. But we can bring you something that will end you. An old adversary of ours. Be sure that it will end you, but fight hard and you might wound it. That wound will remain as long as it does, which may be forever and one day. It may take that wound into the sky. Sound good? We need something to lure him. Bring us appropriate texts. Yes, I'm serious. Bring 5 units of romantic literature to Abbey Rock. You can find it at the Carnate. Oh. Well, that would be a reason to deliver a ridiculous amount of coffee to the Carnate first. You've been asked to bring 5 units of romantic literature, probably from the Carnate to Abbey Rock. Okay, so it's not going to be that easy, of course. I wonder if by accepting this quest, I've locked myself out of other potential options. Because honestly, I'm not looking forward to unlocking trade with the Carnate in the first place. That seems like a pain. 25 units of coffee. I mean, I can buy those at London. They're not super expensive. I think they're like 38 echoes a piece. So that's still a lot of money, but doable, I think. I can't do that in one trip. I mean, I suppose maybe technically I could if I got rid of everything else, but still that seems like a pain. So I wonder. I mean, nothing here suggests that if I come across any other options, I won't be able to at least explore them. But I will. I'm just gonna see if I can, hopefully, without avoiding too many spoilers. But I want to see if I can find some info on this. Okay, never mind. I don't know where I got the idea that there had to be all kinds of different options, but apparently this is just it. This just happened to be the one right place. At least at a glance, I saw no indication of any other storylines. So I guess we just happened to stop by the one correct place here without any actual leads. So that was lucky. I certainly didn't remember the Sisters of Abbey Rock being particularly warlike and thus likely to help her arrange a duel to her death, which apparently they don't, but still they're willing to help. So okay, I guess there is only this one continuation to her storyline after all, and it requires us to be able to trade at the Carnate in order to even acquire this romantic literature that's for some reason banned in London. Anyway, okay, sure, I suppose I'll maybe eventually start working on that. It does not strike me as particularly exciting though, but okay, fair enough. Glad I checked that out. Right, okay, I guess that's all we can do here. Yeah, we are low on supplies. They're not going to sell us any though, so yeah, we should not waste too much time, but I think we should be okay, should be fine checking out this wreck nearby. Surely that is perfectly safe. Save that. So that's like literally right here. Or it was. Ouch. That didn't even damage us though. Okay. Lucky. I was wondering if that was maybe just a random event. Yeah, no, I think I should be seeing it if it was still here. That's unfortunate. I wish I had checked that out, but... well, I didn't want to do it off camera. Welp. Now I know. I wanted to go up to Fieldhaven, where we can refuel, even if it's a little bit expensive. Oh, that's a bummer about the... oh, well, there's another thing, I guess. Okay. Less exciting looking. Actually, you know what? Never mind. You're a huge ship. Leave me alone. There. I'm invisible to you. No, I'm not. Leave me alone. Yes. Leave me alone. No! Oh, wow. 23 damage. Yeah, okay. So much for that. Never mind then. You know what? Let me just make my way to Shepherd's Isle. Okay, Shepherd's Isles. Unfortunately, though, as it turns out, we don't have a port story, and thus we can't do anything here. Thankfully, we were able to buy some fuel, which we were running out of, so there's that. Actually, there is a place called Wolf's Rift, right over there, which has me curious. It sounds like something that would be underwater. Or maybe it's just the name of that whirlpool, and... nothing else. Huh. You're gonna shoot us? Sure enough. We're not dead, though. Yet. We didn't even lose any crew. I mean, whether we have 9 hull or 1, I guess really doesn't matter. Destroy the submarine, attempt to board, negotiate a surrender. I mean, this was relatively profitable last time, but let's go for this other option just to see. They cannot last long, their craft is as good as destroyed, signal a cessation of hostilities with your lights. And we still get supplies and fuel out of it. Okay. Defiance. There is a returning flash from a lantern. You swim the brief gap between your vessels. Hollow-eyed, the captain hands you the remnant of the undergalley's provisions, but refuses rescue. The captain turns and motions his crew to begin repairs, but by the time you return to your Z before you is dark. Okay. Was there anything down here in the end? Doesn't seem like it, but you know what? I'll take that. Take some extra free supplies, and we'll just head up from here. The hold is pretty full, actually. And we have all the Scintillac. Yes. I was briefly wondering, did we even have the dressmate? But yes, we had 8, actually. Okay, right. We're gonna get rid of the human souls soon enough. The live specimen, or yeah, at the very least 2 of them. The mushroom wine, hopefully if I get another port story, I'm gonna be returning to Shepherd's, Shepherd Isles, Fieldhaven, and use up, I think it was only 2 of them, but still, we're gonna sell all but 2 of the caskets of sapphires. So yeah, we're gonna free up a bunch of space. Right, for now, we head north to... There's the port story, actually. I mean, in that case, I guess the port is literally right here. So we'll take care of that real quick, right now. Right quick. And see what that's all about. Before we head up to that underwater port. Although, if we use up our port story here... Okay, let's see. The rest of the Z. Rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z, but a sniveling caitiff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises, but I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of that good stuff. I mean, this costs... Oh. Whoa, I completely forgot that it also took 7 supplies. Okay, this better be something good then. I'll save here. I'll, screw it. I'll risk it. This better be good, man. I mean, everything else is kind of lame, right? As it turns out. I guess I might not have... I feel like I've, at one point, explored Thornwell Croft. You know what? We literally just saved. That old devil called Light. This gives us a Z story and some fragments. Okay, yeah. So similar to all the other options. We didn't have a bridge, but the Ship of Lights came through here once. Hull of shining brass, lamps like stars. The Ship of Lights. The Ship of Lights. Okay. All those damned on deck at once. Couldn't tell if they were laughing or screaming. Plowed through the bridge and kept on going everywhere. And kept on going. Everyone who tries to rebuild it bursts into flames, so we don't try to rebuild it anymore. Makes sense. Right, okay. Yeah, what about the Alto North, the one that isn't bridged? Fair enough. That's pretty cool, but yeah, as far as, I guess it doesn't cost us anything, so there's that. If you find yourself here, and you have a port story to spare and nothing else, you might as well pick up something for free, I suppose, but, we got something hopefully more interesting here. The rest of the Z. Okay. A lot of that good stuff. Nuncio. An island filled entirely with rats. Not true, but that's nothing. You should see the one where the rats and cavies war. These are the cavies voyages. I mean, we know about that. Got a revelatory chart. I'm not sure if we've had one of these before, so I'll keep this even though it was really expensive. We're down to 3 supplies. Can we buy more supplies? We can. I mean, 3 supplies are probably fine, although we're gonna use up 1 right now, so I'll buy 1 unit here. That was definitely relatively pricey. Not sure if worth it, but we'll see what we get for that chart. At least it's... Yeah, it might be the first time we got our hands on one of those. Might be wrong. Maybe we've seen one of those. But either way, that was... Yeah, I don't know if it was worth it, ultimately, but I'll keep it. Maybe the biggest problem was using up our port story here rather than saving it for whatever that underwater place is going to be. If it's some sort of city, I mean that Rosewater place we checked out last time ended up not being much of a city, I guess. Not much of a port. So there wasn't really a whole lot to do there, but... And we didn't actually need a port story for it. But anyway... so... Right, the docking point is there, but we know that this actually takes up a significant portion of the map. But I still would like to fill in this square if I'm, right here. Oh, we should discover it any moment. Any moment. Come on. There we go. Is that the Ship of Lights? No, that's a pirate frigate. Can we dive here? Obstruction prevents you from diving. Come on. There we go. But being in combat or in danger does not. That's good to know. Also, enemies seem to always... That might be a coincidence, but I think on the way to Shepherd Isle earlier, there was an enemy who was just about to notice me, but they immediately turned around once I started diving. This is just a wreck. A huge wreck. But still just a wreck, okay. Huh. Wreck? Earn your entry. The wreckers surround your docked submarine. They greet you with crooked blades and rusted blunderbusses. Easy, trespasser. You want in, you prove you belong here. Do I? Well, we have plenty of tales of terror to use. Alright, we gained more. We will, I suppose, gain more again once I return to Mutton Island, for real. Anyway, tell of your exploits. Impress them with tales of your daring, or at least make yourself the hero of a violent story you overheard. I guess I could, you know, I have both, but, anyway, wrestle them, that's right, all of them. This could go badly. I mean, honestly, it doesn't, my chances are better than you would think. I don't know how many people there are supposed to be. Tempted to go for this just because, you know, it sounds like fun. But honestly, I've been looking for useful things to do with my Tales of Terror, so there you go. Natural born storyteller, apparently. Your words are like hooks in their ears. The violence drags them where you will. But by the end, they've sheepishly lowered their weapons, before raising them again in great cheer, sounding like the thundering of cannon fire. Damn fine, trespasser. Welcome to Wreck. Okay, so it's not just a wreck, it's literally a place called Wreck, and the people living here are called Wreckers, alright. The city is in want. The Wreckers rely on the ship... Wait, it's called Rack, as opposed to Wreck with an E. I thought it was... Okay, never mind. No, never mind, it's definitely spelled like that. The Wreckers rely on the ships they sink to survive. How are they faring? We'll see. Okay. Alright, so we just needed to unlock them as an actual place. So it's basically... It's a little bit like Count's Shadow, except... on the seafloor. Okay. No shops or shipyard available. I mean, that went well. Alright, and now it's pretty much like any other city. As if there was such a thing as any other city in this game. Anyway, manual save, yes. I think we're good. Yeah, sure, let's just keep using this one. Ships lured by false promises and lights litter the seafloor. Their broken hulls make a city for the wreckers. The citizens are in constant motion, working to survive and appease the fair king, who sits deep within the city on his wheeled throne. By an audience with the fair king, which we can do, because we have Scintillec. So that's lucky. The wreckers fear and adore their king. With the right offering, you may be able to meet him. Okay. Go wrecking. If you can lure ships toward wreck, the wreckers may sink them. The king himself will reward you. But we have to have met the king first. I don't know if I want to participate in this. This seems kind of, I don't know, morally difficult? Eavesdrop on the wreck. I suppose it depends on the kind of ship. If we can lure pirates and corsairs here, sure, why not? Eavesdrop on the wreckers. Okay. Learn where they're operating. Maybe you can warn the ports for the sake of goodness and profit. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think I'd go for this option, but if it's one or the other, I'd rather, you know, not help these people. Taste the tether. There is a weed that grows on the broken ships. To taste it is a privilege reserved for successful wreckers. Well, okay, compile a port report. I guess we can always do that. Consider the state of the city. The wreckers look sallow. Oh, we have 13, apparently. Follow an echo through the hulls. Many wreckers sing, but none quite like this. Okay, well, let's go for the port report first. The Admiralty would be very interested in the wreckers' activities, I'm sure. The wreckers know their duties. The poets write enticing lies. Talkers travel to other ports to spread them. Miners construct the devices which will sink the lured ships, and salvagers strip them bare. The most celebrated of the wreckers wear no special costume, but are easily identified. They mumble poems in Arabic to themselves. They whistle lively tunes in new scales. They wear heavy gloves and carry silver clippers with which to cultivate tether. Okay. Intriguing. Now the question, as always, is... are things mutually exclusive here? Without being so indicated. Can I follow an echo through the halls and still see the king? Consider the state of the city. This shouldn't cost anything, right? Stores are running low. There is enough food to subsist for a time, but the poets may soon be out of paper, and the miners won't be able to make their explosives if their powder isn't refreshed. But the fair king ensures there is order. He goes without just as his subjects do, and he sees that those who forsake their work for despair are flogged. Okay. Okay, now they're gonna trade me stuff. A sack of coffee beans for 3 supplies. That's more expensive than in London, so no thanks. Torpedo components, fuel, Okay. Huh. I can sell supplies here for more than they cost in London, but for a very small profit. I mean, it's still a 10% profit, but, you know. Not a whole lot in absolute numbers. I could get some prisoners' honey, which I know, well, obviously, everything is used somewhere, but I could have used honey. Oh, at the Uttersh room, right. People there were desperate for, I guess, anything. Any kind of sweetness, any kind of pleasant taste in that world of mushroom. Understandable. Not sure if I'm going to be returning there particularly soon, though. Huh. Could sell candles for dice. Alright, okay. Interesting, but not super... Not super relevant right now. Buy an audience with the king, sure. Since we have the Scintillec, might as well do this, right? Sometimes it happens in this way. The rusted walls behind him are draped with 2 banners made of the tattooed flesh of his amputated legs. He's admiring the Scintillec through a jeweler's lens as you enter. We are pleased. Tell me, he says, looking at you. How would you... Good God! He wheels toward you, his voice is hoarse. We are not strangers, you and I. Taste the tether and see for yourself. Is that so? Okay. I'm not entirely sure what just happened, but... Visit the Royal Hall. Always glad to see me, huh? Is that so? The wreckers look on you with quiet awe. They whisper as you pass. Tethered to the king. Oh, hi there. Somewhat fair, I guess. The fair king sits taller in his throne as you enter. He cannot help but smile. Welcome back. Have any of the ships you sent come in? You think you recognize a few of the new wrecks as you enter the city. Okay. Ships sent to wreck. Approach the mirror. At the rear of his chamber, the fair king keeps a mirror made of ice. It holds a reflection, neither yours nor his, but that of a narrow, bespectacled gentleman. The king allows no one to approach it, but perhaps he will make an exception for you. What the heck? Okay, so this is where we could use as a port story officially. Park with him for now. I mean, this is intriguing, but again, you know, I'd rather not help them sink more ships. Taste the tether, though. Follow an echo through the halls. That seems innocent enough. Careful, trespasser. A wrecker warns as you approach. He escaped from the hut. Mind your manners, or you might lose an ear. Oh? The escaped composer. He looks up from a water-warped pianoforte, adjusting his glasses. His hand is stained with ink. There is music written on the wallpaper behind him. The escaped composer's song. Okay, another port story opportunity. Take this with you, says the composer. It is a score scratched into a sheet of seaweed. A song of broken hulls. The hut seeking a prisoner of the hut. Tell your drowny song in counterpoint to the composer. A drowny song in counterpoint. Well, we don't have that. He has mentioned a desire for inspirations. He can offer payment. 2 supplies and 1 fuel for the song. Well, bid him farewell for now. Sell your drowny love song for 2 supplies and a fuel. Or drowny hymn for 4 supplies and 2 fuel. Well, I guess for now we'll go with this. It seems slightly less, I don't know, slightly less evil than working with this weird king who apparently knows us or something. Not entirely sure what that's all about. Away from the hut, or Dahut, I don't know, the hut. The composer explains, while I languished in a cell in the hut, dining on drowny slops, this is the music I wish to have. You glance over the score. The tune suggests the impact of metal and stone, a broken shell, a bubble of air slowly rising to the surface. This is not a cheerful song for a submarine. There's a lady who was imprisoned alongside me. I don't even know her name, but her courage kept me whole. If you go there, rescue her. There is no one less deserving of a cell in that place. Okay. Well, we have this now, and we're supposed to rescue that lady. And we haven't been to the hut, so that's one more reason to go there, I guess. I wonder if that's an underwater place. It's definitely been mentioned somewhere. I've come across that name before, but... Well, we're on another quest, I guess. Bid him farewell for now. Yes, farewell for now. Go wrecking. So we can still do that. We can still taste the tether. Taste the rainbow. Within the rusting innards of a broken battleship, the wreckers keep the tether. It is guarded by heavy bulwarks and priests capable of launching cannonballs across a room with their bare hands. It is the glory of wreck. Should you be launching cannonballs with your hands or otherwise while in a wreck underwater? Knife, cup, or bone. Within the sanctum, where no water drips, are walls, doors, and a pedestal of trinkets. It is watched over by a stony matron. Make an offering of scrap, and you may choose. On the bone. There's a ring of browned bone. Put it on. But we need scrap. Okay. I guess we can only acquire scrap by actually helping them sink ships. Lift the cup. Empty, silver, modern. Engraved with a simple floral scroll. Grasp the knife. A handle of horn, a polished blade. There are possibilities in so fine an instrument. Okay, maybe not. Eavesdrop on the wreckers. Let's do it. Oh, I'm going to Port Carnelian? If you say so. A miner hangs on the arm of a poet. That's your best work yet. No one could resist. The poet shrugs. Its success all depends on the talker and the audience. But they're pretty receptive in Port Carnelian, aren't they? I'm sure we'll have another one sink over wreck in a week. Okay, you cannot allow the wreckers to claim innocence, particularly innocence that may pay for their warning. Right. And I could do that and go wrecking, which seems a little bit hypocritical, but... I don't know, man. I feel like I should choose one or the other. Just for role-playing reasons, if nothing else. I mean, pursuing this Pale King, or no, not Pale King, Fair King quest line seems intriguing for sure, but maybe not something I want to be involved with. So I think we're going to leave for now. Well, I guess I have business in Port Carnelian. I hope it's not too urgent. I mean, you know, theoretically I should warn them as quickly as possible, but it seems like... we don't actually need to do that quickly, necessarily. Is that being tracked anywhere? Undercrow? Oh, right. Comparable Aurelian. What was this all about? I know we talked to this person. Oh, he's looking for some sort of rare moth or something? Huh. I'm sure I'll know once I come across it. Okay, so there's a whole section for wreck specifically. I see. A city with ships to save. Port Carnelian. Gotcha. Acquainted with the Fair King. At least according to them. We already were. Right, okay. I guess we can change this variable up or down, I guess. I suppose by warning ships, we're going to reduce their I don't know, survivability. And by helping them bring in more wrecks, we'll increase the number and help them flourish. I wonder if we can just basically starve them out. Which seems like the right thing to do, right? Because that's what they're doing is clearly evil. I don't know. I suppose everyone's just trying to survive, but they're literally pirates sinking ships to survive off them. So yeah, I guess there is really no moral ambiguity here. Anyway, interesting stuff as always. We're gonna save, because I'm okay with everything that has happened, and we are going to leave. Okay, wreck is now on the map. It's labeled, right. as is Rosegate as well. So I'm glad that these places, yeah, do get a name put on the map once we discover them underwater. That is definitely helpful. I guess I'm gonna, yeah, I suppose I'll make a quick beeline up to the salt lines, just to see what's what. I mean, it's, again, literally here. Guess I'll surface right away. out of 40. I mean, even if they... We don't have enough room, even if they did still sell me shipments of stone. Restless Nights. I think by just ignoring them, that reduces terror by a tiny amount. Yep, okay. And otherwise, I'm pretty sure even if you succeed with the other option, you always gain terror and some fragments perhaps or something. Something that definitely does not feel worth it to me. Compile a port report, okay. Peek over the encampment. From time to time, some entrepreneur intends to continue the disassembly of the salt lines. Never ends well. Huh? Wait. They frown eternally at each other across the black waves. The north one carries the remnants of an encampment, fraying and tattering in the wind. The supply dock stands empty below. So... Oh. Interesting. So the whole mining operation has just been abandoned? Interesting. Well, this is fascinating. I wish I had a port story right now. Huh. Well, we're gonna compile a port report such as it is. Even time has halted here. Who comes to survey the ruins? Well, I did. Huh, okay, never mind. So much for that. So it's not just that people in London have stopped buying stone. At the same time, they have stopped producing. Well. Do I dare attack this thing? Surely not. It has, yeah, 150 health. That's way too much. You don't see me. And even if you do see me, you don't want to attack me. Friendly crab. I guess the lights don't matter at this point. Well, except in terms of fuel. But we're close to London. Whatever. Mutton Island. Let's see if the same thing happens. I hope it does, honestly, because... Yeah. No, surely it will. I mean, it sucks for the place, obviously, but... Oh, burning blue. It's a perfectly natural explanation. We have 6 Z stories. I forget what the outcome is. I think attempt to calm them might actually just reduce terror again. Spin in the story. Let's try that. Oh, never mind. That's good. Okay. Lost a Z story, but we also lost 5 terror. I think that's good. Rubies the size of grapes and grapes the size of apples. Of course, the island is only visible in blue light. And then only for an instant. But if we find it, my hearts, if we find it. They grin, they don't exactly believe it, but they'd like to. Okay. Approach the dock. A moment passes. Yep. Oh, wait. A still sleepy evening. Something is different. Fewer coils of smoke rise from the chimneys. This is different, oh no. Because I spent more time? So the festival has happened? I guess it's... Well, we'll see. Explore the town. Cold hearths. You peer through a black window. You see a table laid with silver cutlery and ashes white in the hearth. The rug is crumpled untidily. A solitary boot lies on it. Singing rises from the cock and magpie. Raucous, rustic voices accompanied by a jangling piano. Oh, you know what? This is... Is this actually a different reality where, rather than having been submerged, apparently, and everyone seemingly having just walked into the sea and disappeared, This is the reality where the Khanate has taken over? Huh. Well, that's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to just see the same sequence of events that we experienced last time. Was that last episode or the episode before? But, oh well. Jungle Piano, The Man in the Well is a popular ditty in these parts, but you've rarely heard it performed with such gusto. I have gone ashore. Explore the town, visit the Cock and Magpie, leave immediately. No, just no. Where is everyone? The windows are fierce with candles, the singing within is merry, if off-key. Let's explore around first. No, wait, we actually did that. Yeah, okay, never mind. A well feast. As you enter, the singing stops. The locals, crammed into the crooked tap room, okay, never mind, not Khanate, turn to look at you. A table creaks beneath a lavish spread. Bowls of plump ivory beans and peas as big as bullets. Golden potatoes, crunchy with fat. A vast roasting dish in which a human carcass, trussed neatly with twine, sizzles in its juices. A custodial chef carves it like a Sunday roast. Ah, he says, lifting his knife. Regrettable timing. Capture them, brothers and sisters. We'll string them in the well in anticipation of less fortunate times. Well, that is indeed unfortunate. A still sleepy evening. Except not at all. Pull up a chair. You are no stranger to such crimson feasts. Oh. Run for it? Fight your way free. Free. Better chances of success. Somehow. I mean, yes, because we have more iron than we have veils. I mean, I would try to run for it. It seems like there are way too many people to realistically fight, but go for it? Succeeded too. Nice. A good offense. The villagers are not expecting your charge. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it. You bloody their smug, rosy noses, topple their carnal feast, and race from the Cock and Magpie in close order, but in the winding streets, you lead an orderly retreat to your ship. 3 times the locals make concerted attacks, once with reinforcements from the hillside well. Each time you repulse them, giving worse than you got. As your vessel pulls away from the jetty, your breathless lookout spies an Admiralty frigate making for Quaker's Haven. Perhaps you aren't the first to escape the island. Okay, so now the place is going to be barricaded, I suppose? Succeeded, somehow gained 3 tales of terror and 1 intriguing snippet. And did not actually pay in any kind of way? I was sure that even with a success we would still lose a crew member or, I don't know, something, get a wound. But no. Okay, well that's pretty crazy. Slow the engines. The frigate is blocking the jetty, preventing you from landing. Ah, yes, okay. An Admiralty frigate sits in the harbor. Most of its guns, you notice, are trained on the village. What the hell happened there? Turned away. Mutton Island is under quarantine, a wan lookout calls in a shaky voice. Until such time as proper manners and appetites are restored. You'll find no welcome here. That's the port report. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty sure this event would also have prevented us from delivering the jeweled bird. Almost certainly. So I guess in a way it's nice that we saw 2 different events that probably are mutually exclusive. Unless order, I mean, it seemed at least after the festival of the Fruits of the Sea, it seemed unlikely for the island to just recover from that, right? And people just returning and eventually things being back to normal. After this, I don't know, maybe things are going to be back to normal-ish. At least the villagers are still alive, even though I'm not entirely sure what happened to them, what changed them so much. So who knows? Maybe things are gonna go back to normal, and the festival is going to happen again, or rather, is going to happen at some point in the future. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe. For now, that was an interesting little experience that we actually got something out of as well. So that was nice. And looking at the timer, I guess we're going to end the episode here, and yeah, it should just be a really short trip back to London from here. Finally, hopefully we won't get stopped for the red honey that we have. But otherwise, yeah, that should be safe enough. I have not actually accepted the final quest, have I? I'll see if I can wait until I'm actually back at London before I do this. Just in case it changes anything. Yeah, for now, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.